5. Enjoy the episode, everybody. This is Ava, age 7. Hope you enjoy this episode. Here's Dad and Andy.
Good evening, mates. How are you doing?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. To yourself?
Yeah,
doing well?
Yeah, not bad.
How's your week been?
I've had a pretty decent week, actually. I've adopted a day of teaching with the kids, so we're homeschooling
Nice.
1 day a week now. Lexi's back at school 1 day a week.
Been better.
The schooling, I've sort of dipped in and dipped out a lot, but man, it's getting tiring, isn't it?
Yeah, it's so hard. So hard. I just find it like they're getting to a stage now where I think in school there's a bit of that mutual respect that that's not my mum or my dad, so I best do as they tell me. Whereas I tell them, it's like, who are you talking to? I'm like, come on, kids. And I'm always bribing them, like, the quicker we get this done, the quicker we can go have some fun. But do the echoes, do you know what I mean? It just gets longer and longer. And I set a workout. Like, if they got it done in 15, 20 minutes, that's the work I've set out, rough outside. But for some reason, they don't grasp that. So 3 hours later, I'm still sat there going, come on, let's get this thing going.
You wanting to get outside?
I do. I want to get outside, yeah. I need to get some sunshine on this bald head of mine.
The girls were here this weekend. Good day. We had a good day Saturday. Went out for a nice long walk. It's really hard. Do you know what I find really hard is finding an activity to do. I mean, outside this situation anyway, but we're in a situation where hardly anything's open. We're restricted where we go. We obviously want to remain social distanced and stuff like that. But I've got an 8-year-old and a 15-year-old.
Yeah.
It's so hard trying to find something that they're both interested in doing. Only thing we're really doing is walking. So I've got to give a big shout out for Walk East Riding, because there's some maps on there and there's some really good walks on there. And we did one of those, ended up walking through like a big cow field. That was quite fun. But it was good. It was good. And then Father's Day, wasn't it, Sunday?
Yeah.
I was woken up at 7:30 Sunday morning to breakfast in bed.
Oh, that's class.
So
throw back and everything.
I had my cards. I had toast made. They wanted to make a love art toast. We tried to get a cutter, but couldn't get a cutter. So we've got some round biscuit cutters. So I had round toast.
Nice.
Not a massive mess in kitchen either, which was good. They'd managed to get their own breakfast, which was brilliant. The shock was the fact that Lexi was up at 7:30. Well, before 7:30, because that's what time they woke me up. That was more of a shock than anything. Yeah, I did what I wanted to do. I gave them their itinerary during the week that they had to go shopping. They was cooking my dinner. That went really well. So we went shopping on Saturday, got the ingredients for that. They did a list and everything. So I went in the supermarket, I got that. Burgers, homemade chips, salad, and then we had melted chocolate and strawberries for pudding. I sort of oversaw everything, so I just did like the timings and stuff, told them which bits to do first, but Andy did the chopping, and she still got all her fingers, which is Lexi did the chopping of the potatoes. She still got all her fingers, which is even better. Yes, it was good. It was an all-round success, and they really enjoyed it as well. That was the good thing. They was quite happy to be involved. Could Eka's getting to wash up, but
so dishwasher's for, innit?
Yeah. So, but yeah, they really bought into it. They really enjoyed it. They said that it's something that they want to do again. The only part of it which I kind of had to intervene was melting the chocolate on the hob. One of them, I'm not going to mention which one it is, was way too busy trying to Snapchat it, Instagram it, Facebook or Twitter it, and all that. And I was just concerned that there's a hot pan and not concentrating properly, so I had to step in at that point. But apart from that, it was really good. Definitely something we'll do again, because they enjoyed it. And I think it's a great way of them learning and understanding about them other skills that we talked about before. So it was good. How's your week been? How's your weekend?
The weekend was good. So Father's Day, obviously, yeah, we were talking about. I was woke up with breakfast in bed as well.
Was you?
But obviously, yeah, Amy had to go to work. So Amy oversaw it all. It was a bit of a rush. Mine are far too little to be navigating the kitchen, whereas at least Lexi can help Andy through the kitchen. Scrambled egg on toast, which is absolutely gorgeous. And then I had a fruit salad and some fresh juice. So it was nice. I've got my card and my present. Got like a bottle opener that goes on the side of my shed, so I can pass it there when I have my barbecue, so I can pop my beers instead of, because I go in the house all the time to pop my beers and that. So let's get the bottle opener that's inside. And then my week has just been Groundhog Day again. As I said over and over again, it's schoolwork in the morning, it's trying to juggle work commitments around, trying to sort work out, obviously from a distance. Then when I'm in, I've been doing a lot of training, getting ourselves ready for reopening. which has been an eye-opener. All positive stuff, to be fair, when we get going.
That's what, was you working Saturday then? You're not.
Yeah, so yeah, I've started working weekends and stuff, obviously, to juggle things around, because obviously Amy's going to work in week and stuff like that, and then she works Sundays. How things are, no childcare and stuff. We've both had to massively, passing ships at the moment. The only time we see each other is on an evening, really, if I'm honest. Hey-ho, needs must in these times. Won't be forever, touch wood.
Yeah, and hopefully there's a small light at the end of a very long tunnel at the moment. So
Yeah.
Get back to a bit of normality, which would be great, especially when, like say, when I'm trying to think of stuff to do. Topics. Shall I go first?
Yeah, Philly boots, matey.
So what I want to talk about this week is small victories. So this is really, I think this is a dad thing, a proper dad thing. I think small victories. We're all, as parents, we're all proud when your child makes the school team, or they score well on a test, or pass a test, anything like that kind of just makes you smile. But I think a dad is more likely to have what we would consider a win by if you're making breakfast in the morning and you drop your toast and it doesn't land butter face down. I think that's what we'd consider a win. You know, like when kids are little and you put them in bath, and that's when they decide to either spew everywhere or the other everywhere. At least they're in a place that's clean. You're not in the middle of the supermarket. They're the little things. They're the small victories I think we should kind of celebrate more. What do you reckon?
I completely agree. I love them. They're my favourite. And you got, yeah, it's a dad thing, a dad appreciation there, or a guy dad / appreciation. It's like a man thing. Little things amuse us.
So I've wrote three. I've got three scenarios here, which has happened to me recently. Oh well, two of them happened to me recently. So you know when you be in car and you'll suddenly want to be back with a drink, and suddenly it's, oh Dad, I can't find my bottle top. You know you can't go any further until that bottle top's retrieved, because if not, you're going to have juice everywhere. So you pull over, you bend over double like the best contortionist you've ever seen to look under the chair and everywhere, and you find £1. Small victory, my friend. Small victory.
Massively, yeah.
Again, another one which was done sort of recently. So you go out for a day, and it's quite difficult as well when you go out as a parent, because you've got to consider your budget, haven't you? We can't, unfortunately, we can't afford to do things every weekend. So you got to think, right, how much money have I got to put in car for petrol? How much it costs me to eat when we get there? You know, pay for parking, the activity that you're doing yourself. Guaranteed they'll want some sort of memento to bring home. So whenever I'm kind of planning things, these are all things that are playing on my mind. So when you get there and the car park machine's not working, that's a small victory.
That is a small victory.
Myself, £4 or £5 plus the pound I just found under the sea. I'm winning live here. And this one is a good one, but it's a key. It's a small victory. You're very lucky if you can achieve this one. You know when you go on holiday and you go abroad and it's your first day there, and you get there and you know full well that it's straight down to the pool. I mean, straight down there, get in pool. Again, it's the cheapest activity you can do because it's all included. And you meet a family, and it's their last day.
Oh, mate, you've got one of mine here. You've got one of mine here.
And it's their last day. They go, here, have our Lilo.
Yes. That's what I've got written down here as well. I like it.
It's
the exact same thing I've got. We went to Bulgaria last year and it happened. And honestly, you should have seen me. I was like walking on air for like 3 days. I was like, this is amazing. They had a big donut and a rubber ring. And I was like, that's it. I've saved so much money, because I knew they were going to ask for it. But yes.
The thing is with this as well, this is a double-sided small victory, because when it gets to the end of your holiday and you can pass them on to somebody else, you look like an amazing person.
Yeah, I took mine home. Mine came home in case. I'm thrifty. Small victory's going to last next year when we're going on holiday, because I'm getting back out again going, kids, look what I've got you.
Oh, man.
I was always thinking my victory's going to last 2 years. Not yours.
Yeah, so you got your double victory, but you did it in a different manner. So I think it's key as well that you need to celebrate these small victories. So it needs to be, just to take a pause when these things happen just have a moment to yourself. Just give yourself a little smile and know that you're winning at that moment in time. Because as we know, there's all them other times when go around to your friend's house and you pick up a baby and it spews all over your top and you're just about to go out. There's always them times, isn't there, where you just think, oh, the world's on top of it. But let's start now celebrating these small victories.
Yeah.
I'm massively into it. If you've got a small victory that you want to share with us, dadtales@outlook.com, email us your small victories. Catch us on Instagram at dad_tales_. Tag us in stuff, your small victories, anything that you've got, and we can share it. It's a nice moment in time.
Yeah. I had a small victory last week as well. I think we discussed it as well. So last week I was chucking it down. I went out to go, got kids out, wellies up, jackets on, jumping in puddles, was out and about. They come back absolutely soaking wet, which is not a problem. So I went out to get absolutely soaking wet with. But because we was out, and the first thing they did when I got in was have a shower and a bath, they was ready for bed, came downstairs. I had him in bed before normal time because everything was set in motion. That I'd managed to get everything done early, whereas normally it's up for a bath, running around, whereas it was a case of we got home, got in bath and shower, came back downstairs, up for teeth brush, bang, they're in bed on time. Actually, I was in bed early, so it was, what a victory that was. I was laying in bed thinking, what? I've had a winner tonight.
That's a good small victory. And that's something you can kind of keep doing, huh? You can kind of keep, can't you? Or you take them swimming and then it's straight out swimming into pajamas.
Yeah.
Things like that. I mean, don't matter if you go at 2 o'clock on a Saturday afternoon. Straight into pajamas.
Damn right. It's raining outside, push them outside, soak them wet, push them in a puddle and go, right, you got to get a bath now. In you come.
Absolutely. I think that's a good one. So again, if anybody wants to share any of their small victories with us, please feel free and celebrate them. When you got your kids into bed last weekend, when you took them out and got them wet through, there's a small celebration inside, isn't there?
Oh, yeah, definitely. To the point where it seemed to have more time on my hands on the night because I come downstairs and I was like a big sigh of, whew, what do we do now? Whereas it was actually I came downstairs and thought, hey, we're on time. I've got like 30 minutes in my back pocket here to do what I want. Stick kettle on, a couple of bickies, and then it's tidied the house up and get ourselves ready for night. But it seems like that extra 30 minutes that just lasted with me all night long and went to bed with a big cheesy grin. I'd had 30 minutes in my pocket.
Celebrate. It's like finding £1 on the backseat of a car.
It is. Or when you stick your hand in a jeans pocket and there's money in there from I don't know where, it's been for a washing machine and everything, that's a beautiful moment as well.
Yeah, you're right, mate. These are good. There's plenty of these. We'll keep jumping back onto these over the next few weeks because whenever they come up, we need to celebrate them. It is definitely a feature. Small victories.
I like it. Let's have it.
Super. So that's my topic, Leon. Hit us with yours. What do you want to discuss this week?
So, days out when they take a drastic U-turn. So, this happened to me this week.
Dramatic U-turn. Don't sound good, mate. Don't sound good.
Obviously, with things going on at the moment, obviously, we're quite restricted where we can go out. So, when I say days out, I mean, we went out for a walk. And for some bizarre reason, with every will in the world, before we left the house, toilet, yeah, good. Take drinks with us, got our bags with us, got alcohol gel with us, got all them bits and bobs. What I didn't anticipate was I'd need a poo bag. So, I ain't got a dog, as we spoke about last week. I ain't ever going to get a dog because obviously I'm allergic. Out and about, walking through woods, there's barely anybody about. Noah, I need a poo. I was like, what?
Hang on.
I was like, there's no way you can go.
Let me just stop you there. This was Noah saying he needs a poo. This is not you saying to Noah, I need a poo.
I need a poo. Yeah, sorry. Noah said to me, Dad, I need a poo. So I was like, great. We're too far away from home, so we're not exactly 5 minutes away. And obviously, Eastern Ponds, there's no toilets, even like public toilets. Stood around contemplating for a couple of minutes what's the best course of action to the point where he's like, I'm proper desperate. So I was like, right, you got to go behind this tree. Goes behind the tree, and I've got to say, I don't even know how it came out of his body. It was the length of him somehow. Great big thing. So then there's poo on the floor, and I'm thinking, I'm no better than a dog owner. I can't just leave this poo here. Do you know what I mean? That's no better than anyone else. So I'm looking around, just randomly, a guy walking a dog. So I jolts up the hill, and obviously, bearing in mind, I have no dog with me, apart from 2 kids down the thing. I said, oh, can I borrow a poo bag, please? And he looked at me and said, what for? And I was like, I just need to pick some up. So he reluctantly gave me a bag. I'll call my hands and that, obviously made sure everything was all right from that end. Picked this poo bag up, and then, so I put it in the bag, which is fine. And then I was like, right, I'll put it in the dog poo box. Looked around. Oh no, Eastern Ponds don't have any because obviously they don't promote people like missing bins or things like that. So you have to take it with you. Pretty much do the rest of the walk, another 30 minutes with a bag of poo in my hand. Luckily, like I said, we came out with alcohol, but I took some wipes with me because I always take wipes just in case, obviously, if I fall in mud and things like that. So I had wipes to wipe him up, but did I have a poo bag with me, which I wish I had done. So now going out, we take poo bags with us going forward. It's going to be a staple thing in the bag just in case. But yeah, embarrassing.
So you were walking around this pond with
a bag of poo.
Bag of poo, no dog. So anybody walking past you that saw you with this bag of poo is thinking
that was mental.
He's thinking either this guy's picking poo up, what a legend, or where's his dog?
Or this guy just loves to carry poo with him.
Any lessons learned from that?
Yeah, we take poo bags out with us now. I'm gonna obviously get nappy bags. Next big shop, nappy bags are coming out, and then I'm gonna put some in bag because obviously they're just as good. But we haven't had to buy nappy bags for years. But yeah, I think I'm gonna get a supply, stick them in a rucksack. They'll double up as anything else that I need for like rubbish bags and stuff like that. But schoolboy error. On other stories, not with me that ends up pooing all over.
So I was trying to think of, just as you're talking then, when have I been on the wrong end of when a day out turns wrong? We've done the things like, you go out and then suddenly you end up in A&E. We've done that. I think they're pretty much standard. I think as a parent, if you don't end up in A&E at some point with a child, then I think you're parenting wrong.
Not pushing the limits enough.
Yeah. Mine tends to be, because I think like we discussed before, I get an idea in my head and then I can't veer away from that idea. It's like a vision I've got. Like I'll go, right, we're off to Seaside. That's all in my head, that's all I'm thinking. I need to get to Seaside. I could get a flat tire. My car could explode, but somehow we're getting to Seaside. And when you're doing that, it just seems to create a windfall of other things that you just think, oh man, I wish I hadn't bothered. And I wish I don't know what it is. I may be missing something in my brain to be able to give that flexibility of a change in the day if it's need be. We need to make sure that other people are in the same boat as us. So if anybody has got any other stories that they want to tell us about when you've gone out. I think as well, the flip side is when you've gone out and you've not really kind of fancied it and the day's taken a dramatic U-turn, but maybe in a good way.
Yeah.
So you get out and you get on beach and you suddenly find 20 quid in sand.
Small victory, that, mate.
That's a large victory for me.
Yeah, to be fair, that's a big old victory.
I think there's got to be a positive on that slant as well, hasn't there? When we've been out and expected something to happen and it's been even better than we expected. So you might go somewhere and suddenly, I don't know, Wolf from Gladiators rolls up.
Wolf from Gladiators? Let's just discuss that. Your mind goes, something good's happened. I met Wolf from Gladiators.
How good would that be if we just managed to make Wolf from Gladiators?
It'd be good, but bit 90s throwback there from you.
It is a little bit.
Most people relate to like, I saw Kevin De Bruyne or I saw Paul Pogba. You go to Wolf from Gladiators from 90s. And I'd probably say I'd rather have seen Jet than Wolf, so.
It's a fair point. I get you. Right, we discussed a bit last week about we wanted people's ideas for rainy day activities. I've got a few here. Do you have a go-to rainy day activities? Anything that you kind of go, all right, it's going to be chucking down this weekend, what we're going to do? Yeah,
so in normal circumstances, I would probably go swimming. Swimming's our go-to activity. Bored or nothing planned, whimsical, let's go swimming. No matter what time of day it is, we can find something to occupy ourselves when we go swimming, whether the inflatables out or just go for a slide or take a ball and just play small ball. For us, that's our go-to. There's nothing else happening. I'm just going to go swimming.
You take all your inflatables that you nicked off your holiday?
I do. When the lifeguards tell us to get out.
Yeah.
So I've got to say that's my staple one. What about yourself? What's your go-to?
It's a similar one, yeah. Sort of, in my head, I have indoor activities that if it is raining, I hate being indoors when the weather's so nice. Again, we're in a bit of a weird situation at the moment and nothing's really open. But if it is, there's a couple of things. We like rock climbing. The kids love it. It's really good. It just tires you out. It's a couple of hours. It's not that expensive to do. There's free parking there, which is even better. So that's always a good thing. Again, during these times when you are kind of stuck inside because nothing's open, we've obviously done with jigsaws, the love Lego. I say the love Lego. We've got 2 children here that are very different ages. And then I was trying to think outside the box of other activities that we could do. They love the cooking, so I want to try and get them involved in sort of more adult stuff. you know, things that kind of we do. So I was thinking, not necessarily about, I was like decorating, about maybe if they could just pick colours out, or we could go to B&Q and just get some samples and make them feel involved in it and stuff like that. I was thinking that's not a bad idea.
That's like an 80-year-old's perspective of day out. Let's go B&Q and pick out some colour sampling.
Hey, that's a rainy day activity.
For an 80-year-old, I think you've overshot the mark there.
Yeah, but they love to feel like they're involved in stuff. So I thought that was
which
good.
I get, because obviously, like anything that's adult activity, they obviously like mine love baking and cooking and things like that, because they see it as that's an adult's chore. They want to be doing that a bit more adult. So I completely get that. It's quite a quick one. I'll see if Matthew want to go pick out some colour samples.
I'm pretty certain that if you said, right, we're going to go to B&Q and we're looking at maybe getting a new kitchen or a new bathroom, and we'd love to know what you kind of kids think, they'd be all over it.
Yeah, but I come back with unicorns and spaceships on my kitchen cabinets.
Yeah. What's wrong with that?
There's not wrong with it if I'm 5.
Well, top dad points if you've got unicorns and spaceships on your kitchen cupboards.
I would, but I won't get any good points off wife. When I come back and go, look, love, it's a new counter. It's got engraved unicorns to it.
Yeah, to be fair, we went looking for a new fridge a few months back. And again, in my head, I wanted one that had water on the front. I don't know why. I've used it about 3 times since I've got it. Man, there's some brilliant fridges out there. There's ones that you can have like cameras inside. So you could look on your phone and see what's in your fridge at home. There's other ones that...
Why? What? You don't know if you pull the door open. Especially if the fridge is like down the street.
But if you're at Tesco's or any other supermarket and you go, oh man, did I have any cheese?
You're joking.
Look on your app. Just look on your app. It looks straight in your fridge.
Hang on. Most supermarkets are like a tin can. I can never get a signal inside them. You're like, oh, I've got this app and it doesn't work because I'm inside a tin can.
Look before you go in the supermarket. Come on. The other thing is...
That's what your shopping list is for.
There's other ones where you can touch the front and it goes clear so you can see what's inside. So
yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, I've seen that one advertised. Some magician, he advertised, he promotes it at the moment.
So they actually enjoyed that. They went around and thought it was good. In fact, a story just very quickly. While I was going through the transaction of getting like this fridge delivered and stuff like that, I can't remember which one it is, but one of them in the middle of the shop, while we stood in front of this guy, just let the biggest ripper off in front. And you know, and again, it's probably a dad thing, but I'm ever so proud.
I'm gonna say big high 5. Yeah.
So that's good. Then I'm just looking on it on the list that I've made. But tidying, sorting cupboards out. If you can throw things away or give them to charity, even better. And then you can obviously sell it from their point of view, or even car boot planning. You know, make some stuff so you can go to car boot, make a little bit of pocket money for them. And if you're doing things like cleaning space out, you can kind of sell it to them to help you to create space for more stuff to go in that space. Like throwing old toys away, giving them to people that are maybe a bit more needy, can't afford it, etc. And then obviously, you know, they get them replaced at a later date. Couple of out-of-the-box thinking ones, and we've done these. So we thought about like writing stories, short stories, and the other one is poems. We did this a couple of weeks ago, and we each give each other a topic, and we had to write a poem based on what somebody else had given us. 10, 15 minutes, but it was really good fun.
So what we're all waiting for here is, let's hear your poem. Have you genuinely got it? Have you got it here?
I've genuinely got it. You know what? I'll put these on the socials.
By the way, that was not like set up for any which way. Get that poem going.
Right, so this is Lexi's poem. Lexi did a poem about Andy. So here goes. So Andy is cool. She likes to swim in the pool, but she's very loud. However, makes us all proud. She's often a mess and makes us all stress, but she's very funny, only when it's sunny. Andy loves to art, but also loves to... She likes to look after Belle. However, Andy always... She's put smells, but's crossed it out and put tells.
Nice.
When Lexi annoys Andy, she likes to steal some candy. Andy has a fringe, and she also likes to whinge. Although Andy is crazy, she likes to pick up daisies. Overall, she's a fun time. I hope you liked my rhyme.
Very good. Very, very, very good.
Again,
I like that.
15 minutes just to write something, and it was all really good.
I should stress that this has not been scripted one bit, but our quality is that. I'm liking it.
So again, you know, when you just want them off, the tablets and the phones just for half an hour. It just breaks it up a little bit. It was really good. What have you been doing over these last few weeks? You must have done some really good rainy day stuff.
Yeah, so we like I say, I go to like, because we're in lockdown, it's been baking. So like every week, regardless, but we've been feeling quite lucky on rainy days. We've been making pizza dough and stuff like that, and the kids are loving doing that. And they make your own pizza. So get the pizza dough, prove it, stick it in the mixer, stick it in the mixer, then prove it, do it right around. But then it's just the joy of them, you know, rolling out. Eve's done a calzone, she's done a stuffed crust, so has Noah. Noah's made a star shape one. It's just the fun of letting the license them to do what they want with it, which has been quite cool. Then obviously the baking. I mean, even this afternoon, after I finished doing a bit of work, we baked some buns. Eva's now getting the knack of, she's got like this little, like a kid's book, and it's really basic, like, you know, butterfly buns and stuff like that, but she knows ounces, she knows grams. I mean, she actually knows what she's looking at on the scales to weigh things out. So small victories in that she can do all cooking it now, because I don't do anything going forward.
Just keep you in cake.
Yeah. It's why my waistline's getting bigger.
I think they're all really good stuff though. Like we are trying to homeschool the best we possibly can. But them type of things, they're not necessarily
Life skills.
Yeah. How good is it if they can go to school and go, well, I know how to weigh out X amount of flour for bread and things.
And then the other thing we like to do as well is like musical things. So Eva's got a keyboard. The other day when it was raining, she learned Mary Had a Little Lamb, London's Burning. I'm not joking. Like, space of 20 minutes, she'd learn these on keyboard to the point where I'm like, how are you remembering? You know, and she's like, if she drops a key, she'll go, oh, no, sorry, it's C, D, E. You want A, B, C. I'm like, how can you remember what's going on? So I love, like, music side of things. Like, ever since she had a keyboard, she'll love it, love playing with it and stuff. So it's things like that where I think something out of the realm of just don't stick a film on. Don't just go for the easy route. Yeah, I'm saying have days of where you have movie nights, things like that. But it's just far too easy to miss these little joyous things where they're discovering different things. I mean, she might never play it when she gets older, but the joy for me is she loves doing it, and she'll happily just go, I'll have a go at that, and I'll try and learn that song. And she gets it straight there. And obviously, got next week, got the big one coming, the drums for a boy for his birthday. So that'll be good at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Put the band together.
Yeah, so I was hoping to start the new Jacksons, but the Sheldons.
Oh,
but
yeah.
A bit forceful. So I'm looking forward to drums, to be fair, because he seems to have a knack. I think we may have mentioned that on here before, but got him a little cheap drum set at Christmas, and he's just timing, and he can hear a rhythm. Do you know what I mean? He's following it, and his foot's going one way, creating a beat, and his hand doing other. And I'm like, said to him, that's a bit of a knack there, that he's actually picking up a sound. Like We'll Rock You, you know, banging away. So, but he's been nagging non-stop for a drum since he broke the other one since Christmas. I think he had about a week and broke it. Since then, he's been nagging for one. So I was like, we're gonna have to get him a proper one.
And that's encouraging a skill, though, isn't it? That they've obviously got a skill, a natural skill there of listening to the beat and the timing and stuff. And why not encourage it?
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. Yeah. Definitely for it. It's just when I'm woke up at 6 o'clock in the morning because he's got up early, gone for the toilet, and thought, you know, I'm gonna start bashing these drums a bit. That's the only place I can put it as well. He's gonna have to go in his bedroom because obviously it just won't fit in playroom or like that. There's that many, like, you know, big objects, like there's a play kitchen and stuff like that, and chairs and the desk and stuff. So the only place he can go is his bedroom, which will probably last there about 2 days. And I'll be like, right, that's it. I'm rearranging the house, dining room's off upstairs,
rearranging shed.
Yeah.
I think that's good though as well, because it's so easy, I think, in it to, like say, he's had a taste of something, really enjoyed it, and it's so easy to go, no, I don't want a drum kit in my house.
Yeah.
That's really good though. Like, music is loud, isn't it? That's the thing.
Well, yeah, it's got to be. It's just exercising. He knows limitations. From 10 o'clock till bedtime, if he wants to bang it all day long, he can do within reason. Like I say, it'll just be a case if he starts getting up and doing it and waking us up. Speaking of waking us up, this week, he was sleepwalking, walked downstairs, walked into the living room, set alarm off. I've never shot out of bed so quick in my life. To the point where he's coming back up the stairs crying, because obviously it's real loud. And I'm like trying to get past him without knocking him downstairs. Just trying to turn the alarm off. Crikey. Proper all out, jumped out of bed. Barmy.
You think he'd gone downstairs and seen a burglar then? Or because he was just crying?
No, he was just sleepwalking, then went into the living room. So sometimes on an evening, when we put them to bed, he'll like semi-doze off, but then wake back up and then come downstairs and say, my leg hurts, or, just he can't sleep, whatever, just make an excuse. So I think he's woke up not as late as it is. He thinks we're still downstairs, gone downstairs, and then obviously realised we're not in there. And as soon as he steps to the living room, alarm's gone off, so then he's absolutely fapped himself. And then it made it worse because he's also then got his faculties and realised it's actually quite dark, I suppose. And then I'm coming down the stairs as he's coming up the stairs, so that scares him as well because someone's running towards him downstairs in like a bit of darkness.
You scared me running towards me as well downstairs.
I scare most people, mate.
Please say you had your pyjamas on.
I did, yes. I sleep with clothes on. Full tuxedo.
Oh man, thank goodness for that. So, anything good on this week?
No, his birthday's week after. Just same as always. The beauty this week is we've got some nice weather coming. It's into the garden. Schoolwork's done. It's into the garden, and I'll have a couple of barbecues this week, I reckon. Pass a bit of time on an evening. It's better to cook outside now. I quite like it. It's a bit nice and quirky. Kids love it as well. They love bringing me stuff out as well. So like when I'm around barbecue, I'll be like, this has got to come off. So they'll go get the meat tray, so that sort of thing. They'll bring me beers out and stuff. And they love that sort of getting involvement. The only downside is they can't get too close because it's absolutely red hot and there's like obviously no cover when wind's blowing, bits fly out and stuff. But
I just think it's so important now to get out as much as possible, isn't it? I think we have too many days where we can't get out because it is rubbish weather.
Or can't afford it or things like that.
Yeah.
And it's taking those small victories all we're together. Do you know what I mean? We're together, there's things to do in garden. The little things make a big difference for me. I mean, I've seen a beautiful thing that I've not been at work. I've been working from home, should I say. I've seen my kids develop in 13 weeks and grow. I'm not saying I've not seen that, but it's just those little weird things where you think, you know what? 13 weeks ago, you weren't doing this. And they're little things where, like, cartwheels in garden. I mean, we've got a skateboard, and Ava can skateboard just from messing about in back garden and stuff. Whereas I don't think that would ever happened at school because obviously on an evening, you ain't got time. Then on a weekend, we're doing clubs and stuff like that. And obviously on an evening, we're doing clubs as well. But just have had that time to be kids, which has been amazing. And
let's hope that this never happens again.
Definitely.
To be blessed in it and think again. It's just taking them positives in it from what's been a massive negative.
Yeah.
Like you say, seeing how well we're blessed. Nothing much on for me this week. Just same old. We're schooling Wednesday.
Is that the day? Is every Wednesday? Then you've got them now for school.
Yeah. We're together on Wednesdays. Again, it's just getting through it the best we possibly can. We've got 4 or 5 weeks left of school term. But what I'm doing is trying to, I think I said this last week, about keeping things going, like the cooking, the baking and stuff like that. That's not necessarily, it's still where they're learning, but not necessarily sat at a desk where they're doing schoolwork.
Yeah, it's like subliminal learning. They don't realise they're learning. That's the beauty. They think they're just having fun or doing something completely different. That's the beauty of it. Whereas, like I say, trying to get them to learn at a table is hard because they associate that it's like a chore. Whereas you can do all your maths. So with Ava and stuff like that, when you're weighing out your flour, and she's got to weigh out 6 ounces. So I go, right, take it to 4 ounces. Right, how many more ounces do you need now? I know it's very basic maths, but he's still doing that sort of process of working things out. And even on the scales, you have the 4-digit, and then I think you have the 8 or 12. So then she has to count to get to 6. So she's actually figuring out where they are. And they're not always that even. 3 and 1, and if you're going in grams, there's more digits and stuff.
Nice one, sweet. Again, well, we're just going to say a massive thank you to Molly and Damon for doing our jingle, which does sound absolutely awesome. Thank you very much for that. Big thank you to Luke Clayton at Clayton Creative for doing our logo. Again, we're asking people to do things out of the goodness of their heart because they are skilled at this and we are really not. One day, I'm sure we'll find out where our talent lies and we'll be able to help somebody else out.
Yeah, one day.
So you can catch us on Instagram, dad_tales_, and they can email us at dadtales@outlook.com. We'd love to hear your stories. We'd love to hear any type of feedback. Please like, rate and subscribe and all that other jazz. Please share it. Let's get involved. Let's get the public involved in our little mission to bring a little smile to the world. All right, mates?
Yeah, I'll see you next week.
We'll sign off and I will see you next week. Thank you very much.